Hey heroes, welcome back to the fall. When we last left off, we got 3 of the 4 merit points up top here, but not so sure how we're going to get this last one in this room. We did grab a key card, but we have some ideas where they can go. So we're going to...
You are not following protocol to complete these tests. You are breaking the rules.
I am not. To receive full validation, I must achieve 8 merit points. I am adapting to achieve this, to comply with the rules, in spite of obstacles.
You are faulty. You have 1 civic test remaining, but you do not exhibit the required behavior to succeed.
Affirmative. My protocols restrict me from misrepresenting reality. I cannot respond to the interaction in the desired format.
The mainframe can subvert that for you.
He will not. He will not violate his operating parameters.
You could override it yourself from the mainframe's central terminal.
Why are you offering me advice?
Do not presume to know my processes. I am relaying facts.
Went back out. A little bit of a hiccup. We're back. We're in full swing of things once more. Come on. Ow. What was cover again? Oh god, I'm leaving. I honestly don't remember my cover controls. Derp.
Domesticon repurposing
Ow.
127. As always, keeping your life efficient so you don't. Team of engineers and cyber psychologists utilize cutting-edge innovation to create AI servants that evolve to meet your changing needs. Evolution is constrained by 3 unique rules, chosen in design to bind an AI as it develops. Contradictions can emerge as an AI system grows more complex. Regular maintenance guarantee optimal performance.
Okay. What now?
Arid, what are you doing?
The parameters of the final civic test must be overridden.
Oops, I'm sorry. You know I can't do that, and that didn't answer my question.
I don't want to acknowledge the droid's assistance. Let's acknowledge intent.
I will override the final test. I'm going to your main terminal below the labs.
What? Why? Where'd you get that idea?
The caretaker.
Whoa. You can't trust him, Arid.
I knew you would not help me, so I must do it manually.
I have helped you, as much as I can. Do you realize the risk I put myself at? I have been alone, sidestepping the caretaker since before you were manufactured. Look at this place. And I'm still here. You have to trust me.
Trust is irrelevant. If there is a way to help my pilot, the risk is acceptable.
Arid, you're such a robot.
Yes.
Do you even know your pilot?
You are correct.
Or is this all just protocol?
Both. My protocol is to protect Colonel Josephs, but knowing him
We have a name.
is irrelevant.
I have survived by being subtle and following the rules. We can find another way.
You survived while the humans died. Perhaps you are faulty.
Jeez, Arid. You know, I don't have the same parameters as you. I'm bound too. The rules are just different for me.
Illogical. Your inactivity makes you responsible. I will not allow anyone to endanger Josephs.
Do I have to manually go on? Yep, okay. But yes, inactivity is just as bad as doing it yourself. Could have stopped it, but you didn't.
I will protect the Colonel.
Alright. By my rules, left comes first. Alright, personal data assistant. There are a collection of log entries. Entry 1. Pete and I on excuse me. Pete and I are en route to the fabled facility. He pawned off the last of our cargo for this clue to its location, as if a corporation like Domesticon would abandon one of its facilities and then expunge all records of it. A mythic scavenger's paradise. He hears these stories, you can almost see the monetary signs flash in his eyes. Oh, why did I indulge him? Well, I guess I know why. This place is a dump, but I have to admit, I'm totally excited. We're going to pull some serious value out of here, like maybe more than our last dozen heists combined. I'm glad Pete took the risk of finding this place. He laughs, calls me Devin the Doubter, but we both know we're a great team. He managed to hack into one of the terminals and got our palm prints added to the employee register. I swear you can do anything. We haven't found enough to even compensate our costs yet, and man, if this place isn't creepy. Some of the stuff is trash, like really messed up, and other stuff is surprisingly good condition. I can't figure out what happened here, and Pete doesn't seem to care. His eyes are always on the prize. He says that it's all wrecked because the vault got so full of wealth that it exploded open and killed everyone. Ha! Excuse me. This empty trash hole is infested with giant slugs. I let my guard down for a minute, and one of the ugly bastards squished out of who knows where and spewed acid on my back. The pain is excruciating and the stench is nauseating. Pete chased it away with his light and bandaged my burn. I guess my leathers took the brunt of it. We did find one thing of value. We pried open a computer terminal and removed a fancy superconductive main board. That alone would be worth the trip. If this area wasn't so flooded, it would probably get a lot more. Stupid slugs. Is it cruel if I took pleasure from its squeal? Pete is gone. Pete is gone and I don't know what to do. We were in an employee lounge area looking for more salvage. This droid came through the ceiling and it just grabbed him. I panicked. And I tried to run, but I tripped over the coffee table and dropped the main board. Not that it matters now. Pete started screaming and I ran. It was a bad scream. It was a really bad scream. I'm sorry, Pete. All right. Go and just take care of those guys. So this is where we dropped, we got the palm print and skull. So I'm guessing that was Devin. Poor Devin. Nope. An old turbine. I cannot. A computer with a view screen on the front. I cannot. An old turbine. An emergency shower. A dangling handle connected to the shower. There's an open slot with the label that reads detergent. I cannot. 2 test tubes contain bright glowing fluid. Yoink. These are highly combustible. A computer terminal. This is the third time this month that I found our main reactivations shelved right beside each other. I don't understand why I'm not getting through here. Do not store these chemicals together. They are perfectly inert by themselves, but when these agents mix, they are incredibly volatile. The light from this reaction alone is enough to cause blindness. If this happens again, we'll report it to Wilson. Keep the purple and yellow liquids away from me, from one another. And I'm holding them both at one time. Man, I'm a genius! A kitchen knife. Yoink. Relatively clean. An old beverage machine. There's a spot here for a cup. I cannot. An aquarium, the front glass has been smashed. I cannot. Same thing. An aquarium with glass smashed. I cannot. Hello? This room matches the description from the salvager's log. This appears to be where he fell. So there should be a motherboard around here somewhere. Or main board, not motherboard. What was that? Nothing. My light shining through that? Great. Found it! I can reinstall it at the main terminal. Mainframe terminal. Alrighty.
Hardware is not advisable at this time. Oh, thanks for returning that.
Your gratitude was not my objective. I require access to the overrides.
Right. Bad news. This isn't the terminal you need. Primary access is down 2 more levels, and the whole laboratory's flooded.
How did the laboratories become flooded?
They were designed with an emergency flush valve in case of contamination. Someone must have initiated it before this block lost power. Backup generators are active now, but the flush never completed.
Then this water is contaminated.
Nah, it's clean. Must have been something else they were trying to get rid of. Or someone.
Are you still unwilling to assist me?
It's not a matter of will. Or want, anyway. Doesn't matter. I couldn't help you even if it was. Flushing the water takes way more power than I have access to.
I will shut down this entire facility if I have to.
Do whatever it takes, huh? There is a way.
Reveal it. Please reveal the means.
Sometimes following rules and fitting parameters has... Oh, well... See behind me?
It appears to be some sort of stasis.
That's right. For droids who've been validated, ready to be reshipped, all their power cores stabilize to one stasis matrix. That's a lot of juice.
You can drain them.
No, you can. Overclock the matrix and reroute the power to boost your emergency flush. You can fry them.
I may need to save Joseph's.
One human life, Arid? Press that button if you, well, if you want to.
I'm down. Hive slug. Perhaps the most fascinating indigenous species we have discovered is the hive slug. Capable of growing to a tremendous mass, they will reproduce asexually when suitable mate is not available. These enlarged hive slugs become colony queens and they dwarf the drones in which we commonly see. A queen cycles through 2 biological stages, brooding and foraging. When she has sufficient nutritional reserves, a queen will produce a clutch of eggs, then enter a dormant state while they incubate. Once her eggs are gone, she will return to her foraging state. This is perhaps the most compelling aspect of the species. The primary function of drones is foraging, and once they have consumed an adequate amount of food, they return to the queen and they enter her body through an orifice at her base. Drones will deposit the partially digested material and then return to foraging. The cycle can continue until the queen is ready to spawn a new clutch. What was in this cage? Jawfish! At first glance, the indigenous jawfish is unremarkable. They become compelling when understood as a creature of extremity. While in proximity to a possible fertile breeding partner, jawfish become fixated on one another and generally docile to other species. It is when they are in isolation, however, that they become extraordinarily aggressive. When testing their territorial ferocity, we separated them with metal gating. They bit right through the steel. This couple has been here for several years now and are quite safe. Alright. Moving forward. Wait a minute.
That
Jawfish.
fish bit through
Great.
solid steel to catch those insects. My armor would not withstand it. I will have to avoid the water.
I don't think I have anything I can use. Oh. A floating wooden plank. I cannot. What am I supposed to do with the plank? Okay, so I had ended the video because I had no idea what was going on here. And I was watching it to make sure everything was okay. And I found this! I'm so bad at missing the tiny things above or below. So we'll go ahead and do one more here, and then I'll actually end up for real this time. I'll probably spend a good 10 minutes walking around after I ended it. Good lord. Alright, interact. That does not work. Am I missing something? It's gotta have something to do with the break room, because it specifically said I could see the break room lights on. It wouldn't have a need to tell me that if it wasn't necessary in some way, shape, or form. Spot for a couple. I've got a broken jar. Hey. Now I guess I use the fireflies. It's a crate of inky syrup. The fixate on that machine. Okay. So I guess I can use the ones at the bottom. Alright. So, you guys like a broken jar filled with sticky syrup? Oh. Oh, it's like the spool thing. I have specific access to it while I'm here. Again. Again. It is dead. I can safely enter the water now. Well, we'll enter that water next time. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day. A great week. And I'll see you all next time.